Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dapper Diary. Today is bright as shit, so I gotta wear sunglasses. And I got an awesome pair of boots for you today. I'm gonna tell you all about why I absolutely love these boots, and at the same time, why I hate them with a passion. If you wanna find out why, stay tuned. So the boots I have here today are from the company NYX Handmade Boots. If you've seen my older videos, you will know that I did a review on my dad's pair of NYX boots a while back, and a couple months ago I received mine in the mail, and I'm very excited to tell you all about it. So if you haven't seen my older video, I'm going to give you a brief rundown of the history of NYX boots because it's actually pretty interesting. So NYX boots is actually named after a guy called Nikolai. He was born in Russia in 1922, and he fought for the Russians in World War II, and then he moved to the U.S., applied for a visa in 1952, I believe. Yes, 1952, he applied for a U.S. visa, and then he started to work at a company called White's Boots in Washington State, and White's Boots now is actually a very big competitor to NYX Handmade Boots, but in 1964, he founded NYX Boots on his own, and now is making one of the best work boots, motorcycle boots, firefighter boots in the Pacific Northwest. So what makes NYX boots so special is that they are a semi-customizable brand. There are a few base models that you can choose from, and from there you can choose so many different options for your boots. You can choose the leather option, what color of leather you want, or what type of leather you want. You can choose whether you want your buckles to be chrome or brass, whether the top is rolled or cut. You can choose the different outsole options. You can choose whether or not you want your welt to be natural or dyed. So many different options that you can choose from, and that is what makes NYX so special. Another thing that's very unique about NYX boots is their custom fitting. Basically, if you're ordering online, they can send you a fit sheet, you trace your foot, and then send it back to them, and then they will decide what boot size is best for you. Or you can go in-store and have them do the fitting for you, but that's not really necessary unless you have very weird looking feet, like either super wide, super long and skinny, stuff like that. Or if you can go in store and just try on a wide variety of different boots and then see which one fits best for you. So the model of these boots is formerly called the Renegade, now it's called the Stationmaster. This is a classic engineer boot style, and man, these are absolutely awesome. So the leather option that I opted for is the black Chrome XL leather. Chrome XL is a very famous leather, probably the most popular leather in the US for men's boots. They are tanned by a leather tannery called Horween Leather, the biggest in the business, based in Chicago, Illinois, and they make some of the best leathers in the world. Chrome XL usually has a pull-up effect where, because it is hot stuffed with a lot of waxes, when you bend the leather, the waxes in that leather will move around and start to lighten up where you crease it. However, because this is dyed black, it's impossible to see that sort of color change. So that's one bad thing about black Chrome XL over lighter shades. I opted for the black Chrome XL leather because of its T-core effect. So T-core means that where normally black leather would be dyed through all the way, T-core is the leather is dyed only on the surface, only the surface is dyed black, and then as you wear the boots with normal wear and tear, you get scratches on the boots, which means the black dye will start to wear off, and you're gonna see the tan core of the leather start to show through, and I think that's really gorgeous. Never had that with a pair of boots, so I wanted to see what it would look like with this one. Because I think black and chrome usually looks the best, I went for chrome buckles. I also went for a natural heel stack and natural welt because I like the contrast between the lighter shades with the black leather. So I went with the high arch and the high heel stack because I'm short, so I need the extra 1.5 to 2 inches. Furthermore, I went with a rolled edge instead of a cut edge. A cut edge would just be the leather cut raw. I went with a rolled edge because these boots ride really high up on your leg, and I don't want the raw edge of the leather rubbing against my leg all the time. So I got a pull tab in the back to help me put these boots on, and I'll get to that part very shortly. One great thing about Nicks is their really thick heel counter. The heel counter is a piece of thick leather that's supposed to wrap around your heel, and because it is so thick, it really keeps your heel locked in place and gives you very good stability side to side. And lastly, I went for the 430 mini lug sole from Vibram because I think that's a very good compromise between form and function. It not only gives me decent grip, but it also keeps the silhouette very slim, and I think that looks the best with this boot. So now let's talk about fit and sizing. So as I said earlier, you can get these custom fitted with the fit sheet or go in store and either try them on or have them custom fit for you. But they only have one store. They're not like a brick and mortar store where you can find them everywhere. It's just one store in Spokane, Washington. However, in general, if you do not want to do the fitting sheets and you just want to buy them now, they follow the same sizing as most boot brands. I usually wear a size 7. I know it's really sad, but I usually have to go to a 6.5 for boots as they run a bit large. But for these boots, I think I actually went with a size 6 because they do not have laces. I actually went in store and tried on a bunch of different boots. So I figured I go with a size 6 because they don't have laces. And you know, I generally prefer my boots not to fall off my foot when I'm walking. So let's talk about why I absolutely hate these boots. It is because they are the most pain in the ass boots to put on and take off I've ever come across in my entire life. It's actually a pain in the ass. So at least for the first 20 times you wear them, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Where you're gonna have to put a lot of effort into slipping them on, and while you slip them on, your socks at your heel is gonna start to be pushed up and pushed back, which means once you get your foot into the actual boot, you're gonna have to jimmy your foot around, just wiggle it a little bit until the sock goes back to this normal position. And don't even get me started on taking these things off. What I had to do is I had to hold on to my bed frame, a bunk bed, hold on to that big bed frame, and then have my roommates take each boot and just pry them off, because it's almost impossible to do it by yourself. For the first few times, it's gonna take like 5 minutes to take both of these boots off. It's the most exhausting boot I've ever had to deal with. So what I would recommend is that you take a baseball bat or some sort of a thick wooden dowel and put them down into the boot, and right above the heel counter, this is the area that is gonna give you the most trouble. So just use the handle and start to stretch that area out, stretch it out, and it's gonna hopefully make it easier for you to put them on and take them off. So now let's talk about the price of these boots, as that is the most important part of any purchasing decision. You wanna know that what you have is worth it. So these boots are $750 the way I bought them. Now that is in line with the average price of all the Nicks boots in general. So it's not stupidly expensive for the Nicks company. Now $750 is still a lot of money for the average Joe, especially for those who never really got into really high quality boots. So let me tell you why I think $750 is worth it for a pair of boots. Whereas most boots in the $100 to $200 range, you're probably gonna have to replace them every 2 to 5 years if you wear them 3 to 6, 7 times a week. However, these can be resoled and rebuilt. A resole is where they just take the outsole and replace that for about $100. And then a rebuild is where they keep the other upper part of the boot and then just replace the vamp and the rest of the lower part of the boot for about $200, $250. Nicks does provide that service. And you're only gonna need to resole these maybe once every 3 to 5 years if you wear them 3 to 4 times a week, and rebuilt probably every 6 to 10 years. So when you look at it from the big picture, the price of these boots in the long run is gonna be pretty much the same as your cheaper boots, but you gotta remember that these boots actually are made with high quality materials, and they're gonna look better over time. That's the important part. They're gonna look better over time, they're gonna be more comfortable over time, whereas other boots, they're gonna wear out. These are gonna just patina and look better with age. So I think that $750 for these boots, if you really like high quality boots, I think they're definitely worth it. Maybe not for your first boots, but definitely for your second or third pair of boots. If you want something very nice, very durable, these are definitely worth it for me. And just remember, my dad calls his pair of boots the most comfortable damn boots he's ever worn in his life, and he's had his a lot longer than mine. So how do you style a boot like this? Here's what I would say. I would wear some dark wash jeans. Okay, let me just do this. I would wear some dark wash jeans and either a white or black t-shirt, and then layer that with your favorite black leather jacket. Black because I don't think mixing leather colors is that appealing, so black and black looks the best for me. It's important to note, if you're going to wear jeans with these boots, which I think is the only option that looks good with these boots, is that you want to have a straight leg opening or a pant leg with a very wide opening, because anything else like a slim fit or a skinny jeans is just not going to fit over these boots, as they're really tall and very wide at the boot opening. So you're going to want something that fits over that. In addition, I just think that some wider pants would look better with the chunkier size of these boots. And that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It would really help, and I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I will be sure to answer them as soon as possible. And that's going to be it for today. I will see you guys next time. Stay dapper.